Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news now. Folks, buckle up because what I'm about to tell you could be a game changer for the Commanders. The buzz around the league is that Washington is making a bold move, one that could significantly boost their secondary and set them up for a real shot at contending deep into the playoffs, and who knows, maybe even making a serious Super Bowl push. And at the heart of it all is a potential trade that's been buzzing behind the scenes. The Washington Commanders are reportedly in talks to acquire Antoine Winfield Jr. from the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, and the deal could go down for a third-round pick in the 2026 draft. That's right, a major splash that could reshape the NFC East landscape. Let's unpack what this really means. First, Antoine Winfield Jr. is a top-tier safety, one of the most versatile and instinctive players in the league right now. He's been a cornerstone for Tampa Bay's defense, known for his exceptional instincts, playmaking ability, and leadership on the field. Over his career, he's accumulated 385 tackles with 7 interceptions, 15 forced fumbles, and a PFF grade of 89, 5 in 2024. Those are elite numbers, and they show how impactful he's been when healthy. Even in 2025, despite missing some time due to an ankle injury in Week 4, he was still making plays. 11 games, 34 solo tackles, 22 assists, 1 sack, 8 sack yards, 1 interception, 1 forced fumble, and a solid EPA of -0. 18 per coverage snap. His allowed completion percentage was 55.2%, and he averaged just 3.9 yards after catch per reception, making him a nightmare for opposing receivers. The Buccaneers, sitting at 6-5 but still in the playoff hunt, are in a bit of a rebuild, especially on the defensive side. After a season filled with ups and downs, they're looking to free up cap space, about $18 million, by moving Winfield Jr., who's scheduled to make a significant salary. Tampa Bay is also struggling with their offensive line, having surrendered 29 sacks, which reflects their ongoing issues to protect Baker Mayfield, whose EPA per pass is an anemic -0.8 in 2024. They're at a crossroads, trying to rebuild the defense and maximize their cap space for future moves, and trading Winfield makes a lot of sense for them right now. On the other side, the Commanders have around $26 million in cap space, which they're eager to deploy to bolster their roster. Their defense, while promising, has been a bit of a work in progress, especially in the secondary, where they've been allowing an average of 220 passing yards per game. Adding Winfield Jr. would instantly upgrade that unit, providing a veteran presence and a playmaker capable of turning games around. His ability to impact the game in multiple ways, coverage, run support, creating turnovers, aligns perfectly with what Washington needs to elevate their defense to the top tier. Think about the potential impact. With Winfield, the Commanders' secondary could become a true strength, perhaps even a top 8 unit nationally. His presence would help reduce the passing yards allowed from 24.5 to around 19 per game, while also increasing their pressure rate from 34% to about 42%. That's a massive boost, especially considering how much defensive pressure correlates with turnovers and overall defensive efficiency. The addition of a player like Winfield could also elevate the entire defense's EPA per pass, which is crucial in today's high-powered NFL offenses. It's the kind of move that signals Washington's serious intent to contend and shake up the NFC East. And if you're thinking about how this could shake up their playoff chances, the numbers are staggering. Right now, Washington's Super Bowl odds are hovering around +100, but if they land Winfield and he helps them tighten up defensively, those odds could drop significantly, potentially to +25 or better. The NFC picture would shift as well, with Washington's odds improving from +50 to around +10. That's a huge leap, and it positions the Commanders as serious contenders, especially if Winfield's impact translates into more turnovers and better field position, which is exactly what they need to turn close games into wins. What makes this move even more exciting is the comparison to past trades that transformed defenses. Think about Derwin James going to the Chargers or Jamal Adams landing with the Seahawks. Those moves didn't just upgrade a defense. They changed the trajectory of those franchises, turning them into playoff fixtures and, in some cases, Super Bowl contenders. If Washington pulls this off, it could be the same kind of statement. It's a clear signal that they're all in on competing now, not just building for the future. Winfield Jr., with his leadership and playmaking ability, could be the missing piece that takes the Commanders from good to great. Now, let's talk about the potential on-field impact in more detail. With Winfield in the fold, the Commanders would have a safety tandem that's both versatile and aggressive. His ability to cover tight ends and slot receivers makes him invaluable in today's NFL, where hybrid tight ends and mobile quarterbacks are prevalent. His knack for creating turnovers, something that's been a bit inconsistent for Washington, would add a new dimension to their defense. In 2024, with Winfield on the field, the team could see a boost of at least 8 interceptions, which would significantly increase their takeaway margin. That's exactly the kind of boost you need to flip games, especially in close contests. Furthermore, his presence would elevate the secondary's overall performance, allowing the pass rush to pin their ears back and get after the quarterback more often. The pressure rate increase from 34% to over 42% would make life miserable for opposing QBs. That's crucial in a division where teams like the Eagles and Cowboys have potent passing attacks. Plus, Winfield's ability to stop the run, averaging just 3.9 yards after catch and making key run stops, would help reduce the offense's yards per carry, forcing them to rely more on the pass, which plays right into Washington's defensive strengths. Offensively, the Commanders are still figuring things out, but with a defense that can create more turnovers and get off the field faster, their offense can focus on controlling the clock and keeping their young quarterback, Sam Howell, in manageable situations. The secondary's improvement would also help in limiting big plays and preventing those frustrating third-and-long conversions that have let opponents extend drives. That kind of defensive stability is exactly what a team needs to elevate to elite status. As for the long-term implications, bringing in Winfield Jr. could be a statement move, signaling that Washington is serious about contending not just for a playoff spot, but for sustained greatness. It's a move reminiscent of the approach taken by other teams that have prioritized adding game-changing players to push their window open. If the trade goes through, it could set a precedent for aggressive roster moves in the NFC East, forcing rivals like the Eagles and Cowboys to respond in kind. Of course, the deal isn't just about immediate impact. Washington would be betting on Winfield's health and consistency, but the upside is enormous. Given his track record and the way he's played when healthy, he could become the cornerstone of their defense for years to come. The coaching staff, led by Ron Rivera, would surely look at him as a key piece in their puzzle, someone who can anchor the secondary and allow the front seven to be even more aggressive. Now, let's not forget the context of the current season. The Commanders are sitting at 3-4 but have shown flashes of potential. Their defense has been solid at times but inconsistent, especially in generating turnovers. Adding a player of Winfield's caliber could be the spark they need to start a winning streak. The NFC East remains highly competitive with the Eagles and Cowboys leading the charge, but Washington's potential upgrade at safety could be the difference maker in clinching a playoff spot and making some noise once they get there. And as we look ahead, the playoff picture is shaping up to be even more competitive. With the addition of a player like Winfield Jr., the Commanders could not only improve their chances of sneaking into the postseason, but also become a dangerous team once they're inside. Their odds of winning games would increase, and their chances of pulling off some major upsets in the playoffs would skyrocket, especially if Winfield's presence helps them reduce turnovers and generate more takeaways, which are often the difference in postseason battles. In conclusion, folks, this potential trade is more than just a transaction, it's a statement. Washington is showing that they're committed to winning now, serious about making a deep playoff run, and willing to make bold moves to get there. Anton Winfield Jr. could be the key piece that transforms their defense into a top 8 unit, boosts their Super Bowl odds, and sets the stage for a new chapter of success in DC. Keep your eyes peeled, because if this trade happens, it's going to be one of the biggest stories in the NFL this season. The Commanders are making a statement, and the NFC East is about to get a whole lot more interesting. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this potential move? Do you think Anton Winfield Jr. is the missing piece to finally push Washington over the top? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news.